Dear Diary, today felt like a little pocket of warmth tucked into the cold, and that is Paris for you. I finally went to that cat cafe I've been meaning to go since a long time, and that too with my dearest friend. And it was a first time, and honestly, it was even cuter than Instagram had promised. There were so many cuties and kitties everywhere. There were sleepy cats curled up on cushions, wandering across tables. It was almost as if they owned the place. And to be real, they totally do. I had a warm cappuccino in my hands, a purring tabby on my lap, and the softest Parisian jazz playing in the background. The perfect moment. We ordered the most expensive hot chocolate from the place and we decided to go someplace else because as cute as the cats were, this place was quite expensive. And then, oh my god, I tried escargot for the very first time. So, escargots are snails and they were so weird. The texture was kind of chewy, but the garlic butter, it was chef's kiss. And will I do it again? Maybe, but I'm glad I tried a very when in Paris kind of moment. We left the cafe and just wandered. No agenda, no time pressure, just two girls walking through the chilly Parisian streets and talking about everything and almost nothing. We ended our little adventure around 2 a.m. and then I headed back home. It's fucking cold. I can't feel my face. My ears are literally burning. Dear Diary, even though it's still autumn, the Christmas spirit has officially arrived. You can just feel it in the air. The fairy lights have taken over the city, bakeries are decorated with frosted garlands, and even the metro ads look slightly festive. Hi, Hi. We were on a mission today to try a cookie croissant. That's right, a croissant stuffed with a chocolate chip cookie. And the internet made it look like the best thing ever, but plot twist, it was sold out. So we ended up buying a little cookie instead from a tiny bakery tucked into a side street. And it was such a pretty day. And then we stumbled into our very first Christmas market in France. It was magical. The wooden stalls, the smell of mulled wine, kids running around with candy apples. It was such a beautiful experience. And I think I will always cherish this moment. I bought a jazz CD as well because apparently I'm a vinyl girl now, and a cute little dainty necklace with cute charms on it. It was just the right moment. We thought about going out for dinner but decided to stay in, and I cooked, which honestly felt even better. Dear Diary, today was magic, real actual magic. It snowed in Paris, my very first snow here. It started so quietly, almost like the city was trying to surprise me. I was in the teacher's room at school, distracted, slightly sleepy, and grading something I probably didn't fully understand myself when I noticed it. Just a few delicate flakes drifting lazily past the window. I blinked and they were still there, slow, soft, and stubbornly beautiful. I remember gasping a little like a child and calling it out to others, Il neige. Some smiled knowingly like they'd been waiting for me to witness it. The teachers told me that it doesn't actually snow that often in Paris and it only snows like 2 or 3 times in a year if you're lucky enough, and sometimes it doesn't snow at all. So I was so lucky to having to witness it, and I remember all the teachers were so excited for me. They were like, oh my god, look at Isha, she's just like a child enjoying the snow for the very first time. And after school, I walked slower than usual. I didn't have a destination, I just wanted to exist in it. The city had changed, rooftops powdered like cinnamon sugar, cars with snowy outlines, people moving slower, softer, bundled up in scarves, and wonder. I found a tiny cafe with big fogged up windows, and I ordered a croissant and coffee. Not because I needed them, but because the moment asked for it. I sat with my journal watching the snow fall and melt and fall. Kids were laughing somewhere nearby. I saw a couple kiss under an awning. A stranger caught my eye and smiled as if to say, yeah, this is something special, isn't it? And we all had this quiet understanding that Paris is magical in this moment. Oh, and it was so cold. I couldn't even feel my face. My lips were frozen. My nose was frozen. But I didn't mind. My hands couldn't even move. But I didn't care at all because magic was everywhere around me. Snow was something so precious. And I had only experienced it once before. And that too a long time ago. So having to experience it again in this beautiful city of Paris was a thing to remember. Later, back in my room, I wrapped myself in a blanket and stood by the window for what felt like hours. No music, no phone, just me and the snow. The world outside had turned grayscale and I didn't mind at all. I didn't grow up with snow, so to me it still feels like something out of fiction. The way it silences the world, the way it forces you to notice. Today wasn't about doing anything grand, it was just about looking up and letting it land on my face and just be. Dear Diary, I started the day strong, gym session at 9 am. Then in the evening, we went to see the Christmas lights, and wow, streets lit up in gold, twinkling fairy lights strung across avenues, trees wrapped in tiny bulbs. We walked all the way to Champs-Elysees just staring up like tourists, and somewhere in the middle of it all, we got gelato. Yes, in December because it's never too cold for gelato. Mine was 3 different flavors and it made my fingers freeze, but my soul very happy. And despite it all, I think I've lost weight. Not because I'm trying, just because I've stopped living on junk food. I mean, who am I kidding? I just had ice cream. Fit check. I'm wearing trousers and new sweater. Okay, so as I was saying, I think I've lost weight, and I think it's mostly because I walk like everywhere. My step count is like 20,000 per day. That's a little half marathon. Also, I joined a gym, but back to the day, I saw a rainbow in the middle of a rainy afternoon. I didn't even have an umbrella, but I still smiled like a fool. At one point, I totally got lost in a field, don't ask, but Google Maps saved me. I got home, rested a bit, and then got ready because I had to go out with my friends on the evening. We sat by the river Seine, we had some wine and talked about everything from French grammar to weird dreams. It was cold and rainy and so very Paris. We caught the last train home. I remember thinking, as I shivered at the station, how grateful I felt for the chaos, the cold, the city. And honestly, what people say, France feels safe, safe enough to be soft, and that's something. Dear Diary, I woke up at 6:30 am. Oof, school day, but surprisingly so wholesome. One of the teachers brought a guitar and just started playing in the staff room while we waited for the class. The students had so much fun today. It was the last day before the Christmas break and everyone was just light. There was a karaoke session. I did not sing, but I did laugh a lot and we had a lot of fun in the class. Definitely a moment to remember, and I'm sure the kids will remember it too. However, the day did not end that well. भाई ठंड में ऐसी हालत हो रही है मेरी खराब. I'm wearing a lot of layers, but even then I'm feeling super cold. My hands are frozen, so अभी मैं gloves पहनने वाली हूँ and I can't even speak because my lips are frozen. I'm waiting for bus number 2 and I hope it comes on time, and I'm literally in the middle of nowhere, so it better come. And अंधेरा भी हो चुका है, but it's just 6:30, so it's not that late even. So according to the app, the bus is coming in like it's due, so it's supposed to be here now, but I don't know where it is. I mean, this is what I hate about France, that the buses are always late. They're either on strike. It's super annoying. I hope it's there on time. Thankfully, the bus came just a moment later and I reached home safely and on time.
Why does it seem like it's in slow motion? No, it's not. Oh, but can we talk about what were we playing on their television?
Hello guys, so I'm going to Paris all alone because I want to go to a thrift store, and I'm leaving on vacation in 2 days, so I just want to go there. And I actually prefer shopping alone, so I would rather go alone. And this is the bit of the day, so I'm in the washroom because I like lighting over here, and
you.
Dear Diary, it was a solo date day. I dressed up in my warmest coat and headed out for dinner, alone and on purpose. There's something so liberating about booking a table for one and not explaining it. The restaurant was very bougie. I had hot chocolate so thick it felt like drinking melted truffles. And then came dinner, small portions, big flavors, and lots of people watching. Even though I didn't like French food in the starting, now I love French food. After that, I watched a Chinese movie with French subtitles, so I was basically decoding three languages at once. Felt like a Loki genius. And then I walked around the Le Marais, and it was quiet, the kind of quiet that makes you feel small in a good way. And then I was just wondering, how lucky am I? I got caught in the rain and I came back home drenched in -5 degrees, but my heart was so warm. So, who's really winning?